I begin, I don't want to forget, I have to thank my family, my wife of 32 years, 5 months, and 6 weeks, and 8 hours.
6 weeks.
She's a mad maid. And my 2 children who have joined me, both back in college and made the trip over, Logan and Adam, who actually have been an inspiration and have taught me through just being a child to be a better person. And now, for the first time since my bar mitzvah, I'm going to stick to a structured script. I am profoundly honored and grateful for this prestigious award. I want to thank the City Club for this distinguished recognition of being a winner of the Jefferson Award. It is humbling to be sharing the stage with my fellow winners, Trish, Ronnie, Betty, Enid, and the legacy of Peggy. I share this award with my fellow Washington Parents of Safe Childcare advocates. The magnificent, if he can raise his hand, educator for 35 years, Prince Sagal, is sitting right there in the middle. He can stand up. 35 years he's invested in children. And probably the first time he's been recognized. At our table, we have providers like Candy Duran, who fights every day in the trenches to provide quality programs. And then we have countless parents who have come through Washington Parents, like Michelle Hunt, who you just saw her story, who's sitting out there, and Renita Morrison back there, and all of them who selflessly provided me with counsel by inspiring me with their consciousness for compassionate advocacy, to ensure that we champion the best policies to serve the best interests of our kids. I hope this award reflects a universal acceptance. All kids deserve real equality. The harsh reality, the harsh fact, in Washington State, 50% of our children are not ready for K through 12. 50%. And in an independent study, nationally, our state was ranked 42nd in the country in equality rating. That's just unacceptable. For the sake of the children, shouldn't we fingerprint all workers before employment as required by the Humane Society? For the sake of the children, shouldn't providers in early learning be trained in cognitive and social early learning development before employment? Washington Parents this session had a bill in Olympia that required lead teachers for children to get 40 hours of training. It didn't even get a hearing. This state requires dog groomers, zookeepers, hairstylists, yoga instructors to get training before employment. In the last 2 months, our state had a child die of E. coli in licensed care. Parents who are of children attending the school didn't even know about this case until the 3rd one occurred. It was a doctor who reported it. In Issaquah, 2 months ago, a young 4-month-old child was abused and today is on a feeding tube. Basically, between the lawyers, the parents, and our nonprofit, very few people will hear the story. I often wonder if there was pre-service training, educational training, and perhaps the Department of Health was still in an enforcement role. The Department of Health is no longer overseeing and enforcing licensing in child care. Perhaps this tragic, unspoken events might have been avoided. For the sake of the children, our state must begin to notify the parents of the cited levels of lead and arsenic in the playgrounds left by the legacy of the Arsco smelter. It is our earnest hope, with the decency of candor, we can begin to say the status quo is not status. For the sake of the children, we must begin conversations about investing in health and special need intervention. There is no reason for our kids to enter K through 12, not screened for hearing, vision, autism, ADHD. Early intervention requires early diagnosis. For the sake of the children, we should have a quality mandatory rating system for parents to use as a tool to make wise decisions about the quality of their child care for their kids, and actually have unannounced visits by inspectors to ensure reliability. Today, there is a current pilot program, and that quality program, which is going to be a tool, is not mandatory for the providers, and thereby all the weak programs will opt out, leaving our vulnerable children population without this necessary tool. Take the politics out of child care. For children, justice delayed is justice denied. Knowledge without action is failure. As Thomas Jefferson wrote, honesty is the first chapter of the book of wisdom. For the sake of children, we pledge compassionate honesty to encourage moral urgency to ensure our kids their right for educational readiness and success. This honor will serve as an inspiration not only to us, but to all parents whose goal it is to see their children realize their potential. Thank you, as this award really honors our journey for justice for all kids. Thank you.